Previously on Sanctuary.
Pitting humans against abnormals, deciding who lives and who dies. The Cabal has to be stopped. It's why I started this mission more than a century ago.
Your mother and her colleagues will no doubt try to stop us. I promise you they'll fail. You're going to help us complete our plan.
What did you do to me?
See? I told you you'd be better than before.
We know you're Cabal. You know who we are. Stop acting like a fool. Name.
Kate Freelander. For the record, I'm not Cabal.
So you're what, a freelance operative?
Whoever pays me the most gets my services.
Ashley.
What have they done to you? Ashley, please. Will, no!
She was waiting for us. There wasn't any Ashley you'd know.
They've used the source blood to change her.
It's not going to stop there. There'll be more just like her very soon.
6 operatives are now ready for deployment. Their first mission will be the most vital to our long-term interests. The complete destruction of the Sanctuary network.
Agnes? Agnes, wait. What are you gonna do to her?
You know, this isn't bad. Though I find the peas are a little overcooked.
The Cabal location you gave us was a trap. We barely escaped with our lives.
Well, I could see how that would suck.
You set us up.
Okay, time out for a second. I did not set you up. You asked for a location, that's the only one I know. Don't blame me if the Cabal is one step ahead of you. It's what they do.
Are you completely incapable of understanding what's happening here? They've turned my daughter into a... I want to talk to your contact at the Cabal. Now.
Dana Whitcomb.
Is that your real name or just the one we'll put on your headstone?
Helen. Nice of you to call.
You have my daughter. I want her back. Before this escalates any further, I'm willing to listen to your terms.
Well, actually, they're very simple. We would happily arrange for Ashley to be returned to you, provided you're willing to give us what we want.
Which is?
Surrender the entire Sanctuary Global Network into our hands immediately. Your daughter, or your work. You choose.
Tell me you're not actually considering this.
It's an impossible choice.
Is it?
If I did capitulate, do you honestly believe that the Cabal would honor their end of the deal?
She's our daughter!
Actually, I'm not so sure about that anymore.
What the hell is she then?
She's exhibited multiple powers: teleportation, speed, strength.
Healing powers, super reflexes, vampiric tendencies. Sound familiar?
Multiple powers?
In one very violent package.
Whatever the Cabal has done to Ashley, it's obvious that the source blood is a key element. We need to find a way to interfere with it.
You mean a weapon?
Yes.
Helen!
To disable her. Neutralize her powers.
Doc, I'm totally on board with all of this, but we have no idea how much they've messed with her genetic makeup. Making a weapon to stop her kind of feels like a shot in the dark.
Not to mention neutralizing the effects of the source blood, or any mind control drugs. It could kill her outright.
Then make certain it doesn't.
I'll need 2 weeks.
We don't have that. You'll have every resource available, Nicola. I want a working prototype ready immediately. Henry, you'll assist.
Okay, so we know the Cabal's real agenda now. They want the entire Sanctuary network under their control.
Or destroyed.
Either way, Ashley has intimate knowledge of our security protocols, communication systems, defense designs.
We changed all the codes when Ashley went rogue, but if she's as powerful as you say she is, we're gonna have to alter every security protocol in the network.
I'll speak to the heads of every facility, let them know what to expect.
With Ashley, They could bring this entire network to its knees.
Which means that every second is critical. Work fast, gentlemen. Spare me.
You're intent on going to war while I'm pushing for compromise.
So we surrender every abnormal under our protection? I don't think so.
Only enough to get Ashley back. We'll fight another day when we're stronger.
We both know that day will never come.
You saw what they've done to her?
How dare you? You think your sentiments come from some generous place? They do not. It's pure ego.
Ego? Which I regret.
Ashley and I did fine on our own, John. Don't waste your time on the past.
You misunderstand me. Again. I regret it not because I wasn't here to change nappies or watch her take her first steps. It's what I gave her, what the Cabal has summoned from within her, are the gifts she inherited from me. My bloodlust.
You weren't always that way, John. You were changed. And like your condition, I'm convinced hers can be managed.
And if you're wrong, what's bred in the bone can't be undone in the flesh.
You'd think with all the resources available to her, she'd have a more updated facility. This place is as backwards as Oxford before the war, the first war.
Yeah, well, I think Dr. Magnus likes to keep the old stuff around for old time's sake. Trust it more than the high-tech stuff I try to push on her.
She's incredibly cheap, to boot.
I really can't comment on that.
What, paycheck that low?
You don't think we can make a working prototype in time?
Not even close. A weapon to disable, not kill, someone who possesses the abilities of 5 of the most powerful abnormals on Earth. Ludicrous. Pass me that. So, how do we instantly affect the viability of Ashley's altered blood?
Localized radiation burst?
Obvious. What kind of radiation?
Beta, X, gamma, concentrated, focused exposure.
Possibly, but how to modulate the energy spectrum so that it has the desired benign effect?
While still taking her out.
The reason I'm asking is because I don't know the answer. And I'm me.
Well, no, excuse me. Back in 5.
Well, I'll be here working. Trying to save the world. Single-handedly.
I don't understand why you can't just use what we gave you.
A bedpan? Dude, I draw the line at sitting on a metal salad bowl.
All right, fine, but the cups stay on.
Yeah, I can deal. Just get me to a powder room.
Fine.
Patient?
Friend.
You have got to be kidding me. Is that a...
Yes.
For real?
Do you mind?
Do you know what one of those is worth on the black market?
Seriously.
More than you can make in 10 years, dummy. Lazarus fired? But I heard there was a cure.
Let's just keep rolling.
We're ready for mission start on your mark.
Start the clock. You have a go.
Mayday! Mayday!
John! I need you to take Nicola and I there right away. We need to get into this fight.
You can't help them.
What are you talking about? Why?
Because the entire facility fell in 20 minutes.
Tokyo's gone.
Dr. Hidomata refused to evacuate until his staff were already out. We found his body in the main lab.
Most of the residents got out safely, but if we'd been housing anything dangerous at the time...
We have a much larger problem on our hands.
Do you have any idea how they beat the EM shield? That should have prevented them from transporting within the facility. Teleporting within it would disrupt their molecular structure beyond recognition.
They targeted the EM shields right after the breach. After that, we had no hope against them. All our defensive weapons were useless.
Get in by brute force, turn off our best defense, take out the head of the house. All in just minutes.
There's more. We detected a remotely activated data burst just before the facility was set on fire.
How much information did they steal?
All of it, Dr. Magnus.
The EM shield is the only thing that can stop them. If they continue finding ways to counteract it, we'll have no defense.
Henry Foss is working with his counterparts at all of your sanctuaries. He's assembled a list of new security upgrades which include modified shield codes and better perimeter safeguards.
With all respect, Ashley knows every facility, every security protocol.
I'm aware of that. Henry's new countermeasures were designed with Ashley's knowledge in mind. And that said, I've asked each of you to evacuate all residents and personnel until this crisis is over.
You mentioned a weapon that could potentially stop these beings. When can that come into play?
Soon, I hope. In the meantime, we're working on finding out which of the sanctuaries will be the Cabal's next target. As much as I hate to use this terminology, we are at war. And one that we are ill-prepared for.
Can't we request assistance from the intelligence community?
Our job is to handle situations exactly like this one. It's why governments allow us to exist. If we can't deal with this, there is no other line of defense.
Did you really inject your own blood into little Damien here?
We have to see the effects of the radiation blast on source blood physiology, and I'm hardly going to do the test on myself.
I hope it doesn't make him too sick.
Oh yes, me too. Stand back.
Dude, it's losing its mind!
Interesting.
Hey, making Ashley crazy mad is not in the same category as disabling her.
We learn more from failure than from success, so I've heard.
Okay, so basically, we're back at square one. That's awesome.
Listen, the Cabal have been planning this move for decades. I've had 2 days, a crappy lab, and Tiny Tim for an assistant, so please cut me some slack.
If you think working with you is a party, think again, Vlad.
Good, you finally showed up. Quit your whining and get to work.
You look happy?
You heard about Tokyo.
Sounded rough.
Look, you can help stop this from happening again. And spare me the I don't work for free speech. You know the Cabal, their strategies, their methods. Look, this is a great opportunity for you to buy yourself some credibility. The head of the sanctuary plus other key personnel were targeted in the Tokyo attack.
And I'm betting they sent a remote data burst before they torched the place too.
Yeah.
You're in for a world of hurt, my friend.
What are they planning?
The Cabal's been dying to cut off the snake's head of the network for decades.
But they can't get to Magnus directly.
But now, thanks to Ashley, they can work both ends against the middle.
So they plan to target the heads of every house.
And I'm betting Magnus Jr. knows all the code schematics and protocols to get her and her freaky friends into every sanctuary in the world, right?
So they want to isolate us. Cut us off from each other. Knock out the other sanctuaries before going after the crown jewel.
This sanctuary is the most heavily fortified. Once they weaken the global network, I'm betting they'll hit London as a dry run before coming here.
You seem to know a lot about us. For somebody who's just a hired gun.
You seem to know squat about the Cabal. Not good news for your team, Boy Scout.
Magnus knows a hell of a lot more than you think.
Well, then she should use it.
What about Ashley? You must know something about what they've done to her and how they've changed her.
Like you said, I'm just a freelancer.
Really? Well, you seemed important enough for them to want to kill you when they thought you were compromised.
That doesn't mean I have an inside track on all things Cabal. It just means they like to kill people they don't trust. Honestly, I'm just here because I'm pretty sure they'll take this place last. And I just want to enjoy the last remaining peaceful hours of my life before I begin my career as a hunted fugitive. You should do the same.
Thanks.
Declan,
We just got word. Moscow's been hit.
how badly?
15 human casualties, 12 abnormal, lots of damage.
Beijing, New Delhi, now Moscow. None of our new security protocols are making any difference. Did you get the shipment I sent?
Both species are in a secured area now.
Good. I want them ready for deployment as soon as possible. If the pattern holds, we should have at least 7 hours before the next attack.
Welcome to London, gentlemen.
Will, Nicola, this is Declan McCrae, acting head of the UK facility.
Dr. Tesla, it's an honor.
Is it? Surely James Watson told you about me before he died.
He did indeed. In the most respectful terms.
Oh, then the honor is mine. You have big shoes to fill, Mr. McCrae.
We have a lab set up for you to continue your work. All according to the specifications you sent us.
I'll need wine, the good stuff, nothing cheap.
Of course. This way.
Will!
Hey, Clara.
Oh.
Oh my God.
God, I missed you. You seem well, Clara. Hey, Dr. Magnus.
Mr. Druitt, nice to see you.
I see time in the Empire has taught you some manners.
Can you guys excuse us for a bit? I'm gonna rip Will's clothes off before the bad guys attack.
Okay, hold on a second. What are you still doing here? I thought you were going to evacuate with the other residents.
Well, I didn't join up so I could just run away when the going got tough. I want to help defend the place, and I think I owe Magnus that.
But you heard what happened to the other sanctuaries. It's going to get really bad here.
Invisible girl. Really, we need all the help we can get. Okay, so they have all these old movies here, the ones with the old British dudes acting in them.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have any bandages, but...
Okay, that's spooky.
I have control now, Dr. Zimmerman.
We don't have time for this.
You're gonna be recalibrating the EM shield for the next 2 hours, and I haven't seen you in weeks.
Okay, 2 hours.
We have a tap on their security monitors, and we're detecting high-spectrum EM frequencies covering the entire compound.
They have their shield up. Very smart. Essentially takes Druid out of play. Make it clear they cannot teleport until they disable the shield.
Do you have a preferred point for initial breach?
How about the front door?
Perimeter cameras show 4 targets outside the facility.
EM shield is active and holding. Initiate countermeasures.
The front door, they're getting bolder.
It's 2-inch steel plate. There's no way they're gonna...
Defense is breached. They're beginning their sweep now.
Priority targets are Magnus, Druitt, Tesla, Clara Griffin, and McCrae. Oh, and Zimmerman if he gets in the way.
Proceed to the databanks on foot until we can disengage the EM shield.
Stand down, Ashley.
They aren't talking to each other, but they're operating in sync.
Telepathic communication.
They'll head to the main databanks in the central lab. Send their data burst from there. Then they'll target me.
I'm not quite ready to surrender yet, Declan. We stick to the plan. Nicola, how long?
Almost there. Stop bugging me.
Tag, you're it. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's not cool.
How goes the home invasion?
Not as well as we'd hoped. We're moving to Plan B, which means I need the weapon right now.
Just finished powering it up, but you should know it's hardly my best work.
It'll have to do. It's time you got into the fray.
Ashley's approaching the computer core now.
Your mother would be so disappointed. Am I supposed to be impressed?
Are you okay?
Oh. You're kidding, right? Magnus, Operation Exxon Valdez is a bust.
Can you draw them into the main lab?
Oh yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Seeing as they're trying to kill me and all.
Don't take it personally.
Okay, get going. I'll give you a head start.
You stay out of sight. Okay? Meet me in the main lab.
Okay, I'm impressed.
Two of them on their way.
Okay, it's officially a party now.
Ashley?
She'll be right along despite my best efforts.
Come on!
Sorry, Ashley.
They're down.
Life signs.
They're still alive.
Good work, Nicola.
Believe me, I'm moderately shocked right now.
Quickly, get them into secure cells.
Fall back!
Ashley!
Come on, come on!
So much for plans A to E.
We barely slowed them down.
Clara!
Well! Damn it!
High suppression protocols have been deactivated for the main lab. They're locked in.
Release the elemental. The EM shield should keep them from teleporting.
They're under attack.
Dear God.
Damage levels are increasing. We're losing epidermal viability.
How about the EM shield?
Still up. Our jamming device still hasn't cracked the code.
Abort. Get them out of there.
There were only 3 of them in here.
Fourth one must have broken them out.
We held the line. That was the objective.
Though Churchill may have been wrong. Victory at any cost?
Agnes?
Well, I'm so sorry.
She wasn't supposed to be here. She wasn't supposed to have any part of this.
What now?
We defend our home. Goodbye, Miss Freelander. You're free to go.
I heard about London.
I recommend you get yourself to one of the safe houses. Things are going to get very unsanctuary-like around here.
Look, I can see why you don't trust me. But let's face it, you could use me in this fight.
I know your type. Greedy, self-interested. I doubt you even know the meaning of the word loyalty. We both know when things get rough, you'll simply disappear.
If I was gonna disappear, that was days ago.
Or you're biding your time to see who wins this war, and you'll offer your services to the winner. Either way, I want you gone.
Hey, Doc. EM shield's at max power on a rotating frequency. The perimeter defenses are set to long range, and I brought a change of underwear for the night shift.
All the residents been evacuated?
Yeah, everyone's been moved to secure off-site locations. Even the shoe's empty now, which feels crazy.
I know.
Better news. It looks like we've broken the pattern. 23 hours, still no sign of the Super Ashley gang. God, I'm sorry. It's a coping mechanism.
It's fine.
You know, a lot of the residents wanted to stay and fight.
Told you. I won't see any more abnormals hurt or killed by this war.
I'm just saying, this is their home, too.
I understand this has been rough on all of us. And I haven't been available much, to you or anyone. Has he spoken to you?
He won't let us move him, and he still won't take the treatment. He's falling apart in there. It's like he wants to die.
I'll talk to him.
Hey, Doc. You're doing what you have to. We've got your back.
Thank you, Henry. You've looked better. The others may question your choices, your beliefs. I don't. We've known each other too long. We've always understood the need for space, freedom to live as we want. It's the very thing that defines us. Once we let go of who we are, what we believe to be true, who the hell are we, for God's sake? Chattel for the fates like everyone else. I've always held that despite how complex this world is, compromise is for the weak. And the cost of that weakness is too high a price, no matter how dire the circumstances. Truth is, I've been wrong all along. I won't be visiting you again.
I know. The spectrum settings were totally off. I'll fix it.
Nicola, did I ever tell you why my father founded the Sanctuary Network all those decades ago?
Because he was a crappy doctor?
Because there was a need. A multitude of beings lost, in need of help. The Sanctuary was founded more out of necessity than for science. We protect the two dominant species of life from one another, humans and abnormals. It's a fragile balance that cannot be compromised. If we fail, fear and chaos would reign, and the Cabal would win. You knew the weapon wouldn't work.
Helen.
I asked you to make something that would only disable Ashley, not kill her. I realize now that was an impossible task.
Quite impossible.
This is Ashley's, before she was changed.
You realize if I do this, the weapon will be completely effective. I mean, completely.
Once more into the breach, dear friends.
Once more, or close up the war with our English dead.
Or we could all just run away.
If only we were that smart.
So that's it?
Nicola promises me it's his finest work.
I'm sure it is. Maybe somebody else should use it.
Has to be me, and we both know it.
Magnus... she's not Ashley anymore. I know that's difficult for you to accept, but
You should leave while you can, Will. You've done more than your share.
Yeah, I should. But like you said, I'm just not that smart. This is Will.
Bloody hell.
What the hell? Oh, come on, no way.
Magnus, we've been hit by a remote hack. I've lost links to all external networks. Looks like it piggybacked on a cell signal.
What about the EM shield?
Yeah, it's still up. No, 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 no! We just lost it. Which means we're hooked.
Ashley and two friends just appeared in the main lab, and sensors indicate 3 more on the residential level.
Ashley, please. For the love of God.
You think it'll go better this time?
Woods and courage, dear boy. We'll be fine.
I'm not British. You know, all that tally-ho crap doesn't work on me.
Someone slid a virus past our jamming countermeasures, targeted all of our primary defensive systems.
Can you get the shield back up?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm trying to do, but I need to get to the mainframe array to do an override. I'm kind of a slow bitch without my remote tablet, which I'd left in my room.
Henry, it's Will. I'm headed your way. I'll grab your stuff and meet you at the mainframe.
Awesome. Listen, watch yourself, okay?
All right.
Sorry I'm late.
Big guy? Come on, get in here before they kill you. It's good to see you, man.
I hate you guys. Nice.
Wow, damage is bad. I gotta defrag half the commands in here.
Yeah, well, you know, take your time.
Listen to me, please. I don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Ashley! Do you remember when you were small? You used to come into my room in the middle of the night. And you'd crawl into my arms. And you'd say, "Mommy, I'm afraid." Ashley, I'm afraid.
Hey, Blondie!
Henry, get that shield up! Seriously, dude, anytime!
We're good! Magnus, Druid, EM shields active again. Anyone teleporting now will be vaporized.
You've got to move. Ashley, please.
Didn't hurt.